what's in the box. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Gunplug Garage, and I'm coming at you with a new unboxing video. And today, as you can probably guess by the box I just brought in the intro, this is from Sakura Mart, which is a place I've never shopped at before. But, pleased to say, it came in, and everything's good. So, let's just break right into this unboxing video. I'm probably going to have to use my wide-angle lens for this because this is a massive box. This is the 1/144 scale Destroy Gundam. Now we're going to open this box, we're going to look at the runners, and we're just going to take a look and see how this might compare to some of the other kits of this size, which is really kind of like the Nightingale, the Penelope, or the Psycho Gundam. So let us go over the runners one by one like we usually do. Here we have the A runner. So we got the V fin here and some other yellow pieces, as well as the sides of the chest here, the neck, and then more torso pieces here. We got the cameras and the eyes, and I believe the eyes are separated. Yeah, the eyes are separated, so that's really, really nice. Altogether, it's in black. There's not a lot of undergating here, so you might see some nub marks on these pieces, perhaps, but we will find out. It's also possible that these are in an area where it won't be as noticeable, so it might not be so bad. Here we have the B runner. This is mostly armor pieces, I believe, for the legs up here. So these are the upper calf pieces there and there. We got the head directly here in the middle, and then more armor pieces all around. Again, no undergating, which I wouldn't really anticipate it on a kit of this size. So when you clip this out, you're definitely going to want to be careful of nub marks, just because it's such a dark color. It's very easy for nubs to show up. So what I noticed here on the calf piece is that there's this panel line ridge here. So there's quite a little bit more detail on the actual kit itself than you can see on the promotional materials. So that's pretty cool. We got some nice panel lining here on the main front skirt, and I assume side skirts. So altogether, kind of okay detailed for a high grade. Here we have two identical C runners. These are obviously the feet, as well as probably some cannon pieces. Got some nice detailing up here for whatever this piece may be, and then the shoulders, again, another panel line ridge all the way across the circumference. Here we have the B runner in this really light gray, so this is obviously the bottom of the torso. We got some really nice detailing in the jets here. I assume this goes on the back of the saucer, and this is probably the main backpack connection on the torso itself. Here we have two identical, really big E-runners. These are irregular size, they're much larger. So here we have the two main cannons up at the top, on top of the saucer, and then the thigh armor, as well as the foot armor. This is the bottom of the foot with this little bit of detailing here, and this is the top of the foot. What's interesting to me here is this big gap. I don't know why this would be here on the runner. Maybe they just didn't have any other colors that would, any other pieces that would fit this color in this spot, but seeing a big open window like this on a runner is pretty bizarre, to be honest. Here we have two identical F runners, and this is the front missile pod. It goes on top of the saucer to the left and to the right. And then these are the vents for the bottom end of the saucer, so when it's in mobile suit mode, you'll actually see these. And these are for the giant rail cannons at the front of the saucer. This is a lighter gray than Runner E, and it looks really nice. So the different types of grays that they play around with on this kit do look really good, and it will be a nice blend once the full kit is put together. Here we have Runner G. This is the only Runner G, and these are all frame and support pieces. This is probably the leg connector and the waist, and this is probably the top of the waist itself, which has some decent panel lining up here. So there's this trussing here that you could paint if you really wanted to, and there's some trussing here that you could also paint if you wanted to. I believe this is probably the backpack connector, although I'm not really sure. I'm just taking a guess looking at it. Here we have two identical H runners. What's interesting here is that this whole section is for the fingers, because the fingers are fully articulated and fully separated piece by piece like the original Perfect Grades used to be. Here we have probably the knee joint, if I had to take a guess, and probably the inside of the leg that connects to this piece. This is all just joint pieces, nothing really outstanding, nothing undergated. I'm going to assume this entire kit is not undergated. Here we have Runner I, and it's a single piece for the top of the saucer. It's in this kind of darkish gray type color here. We got some decent panel lining here on the top of it. Nothing really outstanding to say about this one runner. It's just one big piece. Here we have Runner J. Not really Runner J, but Piece J. This is just a big piece that's been fully molded. Not even on a runner itself, but as you can see here, it's a big J. This is obviously the inside of the backpack, so the main mobile suit kind of connects here. So, and when it's in mobile armor mode, this will lay flat. Some very good panel lining in here, all over the place. You could paint this if you really wanted to. I'm probably not going to. I'm just going to do a straight ASMR type build for this. But I will panel line all this on the inside. I think that will really make it pop and look really good. Here we have probably the smallest runners here. These are identical Runner Ks. And this is just for the top. This is like the missile pod on the top of the saucer, and then the fin for the top of the saucer as well. Really nothing outstanding to point out here on Runner K. Here we have Runner L, again, Piece L. You can see it's right there. This one's actually punched out. We have Runner M. This one isn't punched out, which is interesting because it's just kind of funny to compare these two, but I believe these will sit like this, or it might even be flipped this way, but this is the back of the saucer. This is the top of it, rather, so that one eyepiece is going to go here, and then the massive cannons will go at the top up there, and then we got the missile pods that go here. What's interesting to note about these pieces is that even on the larger kits like the Neo Zeon and the Dendrobium, the only time that we've had a piece that's just been the main piece on no runner, I believe, was the Neo Zeon with the fins on the side of the pauldrons. The Dendrobium, every single thing was on a runner itself. Here we have Runner N. Now this is the inside of the saucer where the MS is. So this is going to sit in here like so. And you can see right here from the color contrast with this purplish gray onto this weird kind of greenish gray that it's going to look really good once it's put together. I didn't notice that these grays were different in the promotional images, so that's going to really make it pop. Now, if you wanted to be extra special, you could paint this truss framing here and this truss framing here to match a same darker gray, and I think that would look really, really good. Here we have two O runners, O1 and O2, and they are identical, except O1 has some pieces for the chest here, and I believe for the face vent itself. These are the arm blasters. They go on the forearm here, and I believe they can disconnect, or the arm disconnects and these stay on it for more all-ranged attack. Here we have two P runners, and P1 has more pieces on it. So here we have the cufflink on the foot itself, and there's some decent panel lining in the molds here. Hopefully that will focus in. And then we have all these like little cherries, if you will. These will go on the side of the saucer itself for the laser blasters. And I assume these are headpieces because the mouth is a big mega cannon, so that I believe that's the mouth. No, that's the mouth. And then this is for the chest piece itself. Altogether, pretty cool. There's some good detailing throughout this kit, a surprising amount compared to some of its contemporaries like the Psycho Gundam. Here we have Runner Q. It's a stand, but what's interesting is that we have kind of this like digital camo texture here on it. So it's at least something. It's better than just like a flat base piece of plastic. But yeah, it's a stand base. There's nothing, really nothing special about it. Here we have Runner BA-17, and this is in a black color. So here we have the eyepiece, and then the eyepiece for the top of the saucer. And then the stand. The stand can be disconnected to either just hold the Gundam itself with this, or on this if you wanted it in a hover type mode. But this is designed mainly just to give it some support for standing. Here we have CE7. These are all identical, 4 of them, and they're just for the mega cannons at the top of the saucer, the 4 of them. Two halves, and then you just put them together. Nothing really crazy. There's some decent texturing in on them, though. There's some ridges here, so you can tell it's like a big, powerful, like, laser. Here we have the effect runners. These are for the sides. And then we have these somewhat smaller ones here, too. Which I believe these are for the fingers. It's for all the cannons that come out the fingers. So that's really cool. And then these are for the top of the saucer for the sides. Here is the lone sticker sheet. So we have an eye sticker here, which is kind of pointless, if you will, because the eyes are separated. And this is for the saucer head portion. These are the eyes for that. And I believe all these other pieces go for the like gems, if you will, on the forearm blasters. But altogether a great sticker sheet because it's really, really small. Nothing really to complain about, and it's just to give the effects some more pizzazz. This is going to shine out a little better. It seems like Bandai's learned from how some builders will take like a chrome marker and put it behind the visor on the gem, and that will make the green really pop a lot. So seeing them take that and put it in a sticker form and make it easy to apply and just go is great. I'll probably end up using these stickers because you're not going to see it underneath the jewel, so it's going to look okay. It's not going to look terrible. So decent sticker sheet, perfectly acceptable sticker sheet. Finally, let's go over the manual. So the manual has a loadout here of all the runners, and it tells you everything that's polystyrene and what's ABS. And what also I thought was interesting here is the inside here, right here for the head. It gives you a loadout of what runners you need. So you know which ones to pick out for the actual head to build the head of the Gundam itself. It's really, really nice that they did that. And that's throughout the entire manual. All together, this looks like it's going to be assembled fairly quickly. And when you're all done, this is going to be a massive showpiece on your actual Gundam display. You know, wherever you have it, whether you have it on shelves or in like a cabinet or something, like this is going to be huge. Taking a look here, you can see the fingers are built exactly the same as early perfect grades like the Strike Freedom. So basically you nip this piece out, put it in the middle here, and then you nip the rest out, and boom, you have this whole finger to use. You don't have to worry about losing these really, really tiny parts. This is probably comparable to like a mega size if I had to take a guess here. This will be fairly quick, but pretty fun build, in my opinion. Sometimes it's nice to take a break from the complexities of real grades and master grades and just chill and build a really cool high grade. It's interesting that you have to put this in turned and then spin it. You can see a nice color photo here of things you can do with it. So you can see these big giant cannons here, and then like a full burst mode where everything's just getting obliterated. The Destroy Gundam's a really cool design. I know it's from a series that not a lot of people like, but I'm really happy that they came out with this. And here we can see the backpack connections. There is a piece here which people were talking about on the Discord, which was interesting. And it basically says that, yeah, here. Once you connect the saucer to the back, it cannot be disconnected. So it's obviously like a clip system where you press it in and it expands within it. Like it just goes, and then that's it. Like pulling that out is going to probably break the actual clips itself. Some people are talking about like drilling and pinning a brass rod in there so it can come in and out, which I think would be helpful just because of the size of this thing. Like if you ever have to move, like it would be nicer to take the saucer off the actual Gundam itself. That way things don't really get damaged. In here you can see a diagram of how to use the different stands, one for standing and one for like a hover type mode. And then this at the end is just instructions on how to turn it into mobile armor mode. It's pretty cool up here that you can disconnect the arm and put it on an action base itself. Looks like action base 4 is the preferred one here, but with the right connectors any action base would do. And then it's just simple instructions for transformations. Pretty easy stuff. This will be a blast to build. I can't wait to get started on it. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing of this Gundam. This is an incredibly massive kit, and its detailing is probably on par with the Nightingale itself. There's some really good, decent panel lining on the thighs and the calves themselves, and throughout the kit. You could go absolutely crazy with this kit with scribing if you really wanted to, and bring it to like real grade type styling if you know, that's your forte. It's a kind of a blank canvas. It's kind of like a scriber's dream, if you will. That's how I would describe kits like this and the Penelope, because there's just so much you could do with it. Like the top of the saucer itself here, like it's relatively plain, so like you could scribe a line around the circumference up here and then like connect it up here. You could do all sorts of stuff. This kit's really going to be a dream. And in fact, I'm probably going to get 2 of them. One I'm going to keep anime accurate, and the other one I'm going to take my time with and really customize and bring it to type of like a real grade type standard, if you will. So I'm going to do an ASMR build on this Gundam, and you're going to see that on this channel. That will be the first ASMR build I've done in a year, so it'll be really fun, and it'll be nice to dip my feet back into doing those types of videos with a high grade. You'll notice that on the last unboxing video, the Solomon, that I said I'm going to try to do an ASMR build video, I'm just waiting for some more tools to come in for that one, and I'm running more camera tests because I want to give you guys the best content possible for these types of builds. I love this hobby. I love the design of like almost all Gundams and things in the franchise, so I'm just ready to pump out some good videos for you guys. The best way to help with that is to like and subscribe and share. I know that everyone's so sick of hearing that all the time, like, subscribe, and share, and all that. I understand, but it's a great hobby, and I just want to spread the love of Gundam from me to you. Now, let's get ready to build this Destroy Gundam. I hope to see you in the build video, and I hope to see you in the next unboxing video. Take care, happy building, and have fun.